So probably one of the best parts about a tour here at Ommegang is obviously the tasting. So Phil, we're going to go through 6 different beers in order if you were to drink all 6 in a row. And you're going to show us the proper pour and basically colors and stuff like that.
Right. These beers are lined up in the way you'd want to try them, basically from the lightest, most delicate in flavor through to the heaviest, most robust in flavor. So we'll start with our take on a Belgian Witte, our Witte.
The Witte.
This is the one that just won a silver medal at the World Beer Cup.
Only beat out by
Hoegaarden,
that's how you pronounce it.
Here's the characteristic pop.
We want that.
As I say, Belgian and Belgian style beers are pretty high in carbonation, higher than your typical American beer.
Cool.
So basically pouring beer this high carbonation, you want to tilt the glass at first. If I was to pour a full glass, I would straighten it out.
Gotcha. Beautiful.
And obviously if I got a full pour, I'd get more of a head.
Oh yeah, yeah. We don't want to be knocked out yet. So basically, is it when you're tasting beer, when a beer connoisseur, you swirl?
Yeah, basically you want to swirl to release the aromas. Get a good whiff. And then,
Now, what are the special spices in the Witte?
the Witte is brewed with sweet orange peel and coriander.
Coriander.
Yeah, crushed. We mill it in a small spice mill.
And that's how the tea bag comes into play.
Yeah, the sweet orange peel and the crushed coriander we put in the tea bag and steep it in the kettle.
What do they say in Belgium?
Cheers.
Cheers!
Nice,
Yeah,
delicate,
it is.
a little tart, fast end.
What kind of food would you recommend putting with this?
Our Witte goes great with salads.
Really?
Different types of salads. Not real heavy, a little bit more delicate.
Yeah. Oh. This is fantastic. The
It's
Witte.
a great summer beer, refreshing.
Now, would you recommend? They do it with a lot of the wheat beers. Mm-hmm. The orange, the lemon.
Yeah, I'm not a big
think-
fan of that. I
Yeah.
mean, I think, but that's personal preference.
Gotcha.
I just like to taste the beer.
Yeah, sometimes the
I know.
bartender they'll throw it in without you asking.
Right.
And it ruins
that's, the way everybody drinks it, but that's not true. And it's just a matter of personal preference.
Absolutely. What do we got next up?
Okay, we got our rare Voss, which is Belgian style amber ale.
Wow, I've never had this before. This is my
I've never
first
had-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Witte I've had a lot of in the Ommegang. Oh my goodness. Love the pop. And the glug glug. Look at that.
You can see it has a nice reddish amber hue to it.
Oh, that smells terrific. Now, what are the spices involved with the rare Voss?
Rare Voss has sweet orange peel, coriander, and grains of paradise.
Cool. A little swirly. Oh, wow.
It's those spices in there.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit fruity.
Yes. You know what's funny? I don't know if it's the carbonation, but for some reason, sometimes you think you're drinking soda pop. It's that carbonated.
Yeah, it is. It's typically, most American beers are in the 2.7 to 2.8 volumes of CO2. That's how they call it. A lot of the Belgian beers are over 3 volumes.
Wow.
So
It's just it's
the-
very
it's the-
easy and simple to drink.
yeah.
You know.
And that is a real important characteristic of Belgian and Belgian style beers is the higher carbonation level.
Oh, wow.
They just really need that carbonation level. It really brings something special to the beer. So Rare Voss, somebody asked me the other day what food to put with that. I think that'd go great with a hamburger.
Really?
Cheeseburger, like a good hamburger, something like that.
No problem. That's fantastic. Now, now the alcohol content? Obviously, it shifts.
Yeah. Our Witte is our lightest, about just over 5%. Rare Voss, a little more hefty at 6.5%. And then we get into the heavyweights with Hennepin, close to 8%.
Oh, wow.
And finally topping out our Three Philosophers is almost 10% actually.
Wow. That's fantastic.
So
Wow.
you want to sip most of these beers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
savor them.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably one of the most important parts, of being
Yeah.
a beer connoisseur is enjoying the beer.
Right.
And, partake when you partake,
Right.
it's just amazing.
And they're great beers with food.
That's really cool.
They're great on their own and they're great with food.
Yeah.
So now we'll move to our Hennepin, which is our take on a Belgian saison, which is a kind of I guess, a dying style of beer in Belgium. I mean, it was pretty prevalent 100 or more years ago. It was typically brewed in farmhouse breweries in the countryside, brewed in the wintertime, to be consumed in the summer during the farming season, and as sustenance for the hired help
Oh, wow.
and so forth.
This is Hennepin.
Yeah, this is a Hennepin, our saison style. This is brewed with spices as well. The unique one being ginger.
Oh, really? Wow. Love it. Wow. So this is almost as light as far as color. Is it a little bit lighter than Witte?
No, it's just a little bit darker.
Gotcha.
The Witte just has, as far as the malt goes, just has our pale Pilsen base malt. This has the Pilsen malt as well as some pale ale malt in it, which is a little bit darker. Not much.
Is this a little bit hoppier?
It's hoppier. Also,
Than-
it's a little
than
more
the
bitter.
previous two?
It's a little more bitter. More emphasis on the bitterness and the hop aroma. But you can get that ginger in there. Gives it.
Oh yeah,
nice
absolutely.
crisp.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be tough, It's gonna be tough. This is the first time I've ever had Hennepin here.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, this, as far as food goes, has a nice, crisp, tart finish. I think that go quite well with Asian food.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised at just how you can smell it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my God, this is awesome. This is this is
I
incredible.
think it is our biggest seller.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Jeez Christ.